at MattyVision.com. Thank you, Bake McBride, for coming and giving us a preview of the Philadelphia Phillies 2012. Looking like a World Series caliber team, I'll tell you again. Dr. Dugan is in the house, and you know who's next to him. Here come the judge, here come the judge. All rise. Buggzy's banging the gavel for the sports report on February 15th, 2012. Happy Valentine's Day, sweethearts.
How can I compete with that opening?
Woo!
Oh, how was your dates last night?
My date was February 14th.
Okay, that works. So how was your February 14th? Real quick.
Fantastic! I got a wonderful wife, wonderful family. I got 2 great girls and a dorky son.
He's very dorky.
He's dorky, but he's cool.
Okay.
How about you, Doctor?
He's dorky cool. I was very dorky last night.
Yeah?
And actually, all I did was sit home and watch basketball. So.
Cool.
And I was my usual,
What'd you do?
your honor self. That's all I got to say on that.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna talk.
What happens in the judge's chamber stays in the judge's chamber.
We're gonna talk
We'll never know.
We're gonna talk some local high school basketball to start. Starting out the girls of the Lackawanna League. We're gonna have round 5 between Scranton Prep and Abington Heights for the second half championship. Thanks to Hogan's Heroes from North Pocono. Denied Scranton Prep the outright second half title.
I know nothing.
And Abington took 3 of those.
3 of those. They
4
took
meetings so far.
1 at the Linette, and then the 2 games in the first half. Scranton Prep came back, won the second half meeting, but now they've got to have a 5th game. This for the second half. If Prep wins that, then they got to have a 6th and 1 more game for the all-season title.
And that's a great matchup. Even though they won 3 or 4, I think at least the game I saw, it could have went either way. It really could have. So.
Yes, it was. So this game will be Friday, 7 o'clock at Carbondale High School. The same matchup where they played at the same place where they played in the first half championship game. What can you say? Abington, they do what they do. Buccarelli, he knows
very well coached. Yeah.
They always have a great girls basketball team. They
Yes,
always have some star players. When
yeah.
I went to Abington in 11th, there were the Howard girls, Tammy Howard, I think it was, and then
it came
Tammy Howard.
Amber Jacobs,
Amber Jacobs,
and
yeah.
Becky Burke.
Yeah, so they just seem to always have that, like Dunmore football. There's always that good.
That one.
Yeah.
That one top dog.
Right. And Coach Buccarelli, I'll tell you, he was one of my teachers. He's a fantastic coach.
Yeah, very disciplined team there. So
Yes,
we'll
they
see.
are. Abington, they're going to be a top seed in the Quad A tournament. Scranton Prep, they're guaranteed a spot in the District AAA tournament. We'll get into that next week. We're going to get into this a little bit here, but more next week. As far as Dunmore and Montrose, they each took care of their business. They won Division II and Division III respectively, winning those outright without any playoffs. They don't have to worry about it. The difference is that now they've got to play now for seeding.
Yeah.
That game will be Tuesday the 21st at Abington Heights at 7 o'clock. The winner of that game will be the number 1 seed out of the Lackawanna League. The loser will be the number 2 seed as far as seeding goes.
Wow. That's good.
Now the girls is easy. The boys, you're gonna have to go with me on this. All right. Division I. That's the simplest. It's 1 game, Delaware Valley Scranton, Friday at Wallenpaupack.
Go Scranton!
1 game for them all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we don't have many Del Valle fans down here, so we're all pulling for Scranton High.
Yes, it is. It would have been a second half championship game, but it was a very tough atmosphere. It usually is up there at Abington Heights last night.
Buzzer beater, right?
Yes, Abington Heights. Jason Bamford got a putback buzzer beater to sting the Knights 46-45.
Yeah, Scranton took some tough losses this year, so it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back, playing in a big game, because we'll see. They don't have Quiller either. Is he out for the year?
Well, it's when he can come back. There's a possibility he could come back for the districts, but for now he's still out.
Yeah. So it means maybe Terry Turner. He's not the most aggressive player, even though he's a star. So maybe he could take 5-6 more shots a game.
Plus, he does have Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, you know his parents?
Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got Fairly Odd Parents. Terry Turner.
And Mariana.
Or Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy! Sorry, that's his brother.
No.
Ixnay on the information!
Okay. Well, that's the easiest scenario. Division 3 is, I'm going to save Division 2 for later. Division 3, Lakeland got the second half championship with a 49-30 win over Montrose last night. They had Alex Filarski had 15 points, all on 3-point attempts, 5 3-pointers. So now they have one game winner take all in Division 3 Thursday night at Mountain View, 7 o'clock.
Winner take all.
Yes, it is. The key here, the winner, just like in the girls, will be in the district playoffs. No questions asked. It's just a matter of the seeding game with the Division 2 champion. The loser of the game has to go to the pigtail tournament, the play-in tournament.
Down and out? Having a bad day? Go to MattyVision.com, where smiles are not only guaranteed, they're also free. So go around and explore, have some fun, learn something, and who knows, you might even make a friend. MattyVision.com, we dream big.
Okay. What's up with Division 2 here?
Division 2 is where it's the most complicated. We're going to start off, you have Dunmore, Holy Cross, and Riverside, all with 6-1 records in the second half. Now they had a little coin flip. Riverside got the good end of the stick. They don't have to play tomorrow night. It'll be Dunmore and Holy Cross at Carbondale also tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 p.m. All right. The winner of that game will play Riverside Saturday night at Carbondale, 7 o'clock. Now, if it's Holy Cross that wins out, they're the all-season champions. If it's Riverside or Dunmore, then there's one more game Monday night to be determined. Holy Cross, the first half winner against Riverside or Dunmore, whoever wins the second half. The key here is the winner of Division 2, like I said, will play in the play-in. Will play in that district seeding game. The runner-up is guaranteed a spot in the district tournament. They don't have to play in the play-in tournament. The third team, the odd team out, has to play in the pigtail tournament. Matty? Nope, no oink oink?
Nah, I'm pretty sure you lost us.
Sorry, I was
early
trying to
in
think
that
of my thing. I was
explanation.
waiting for a good Dick Vitale impersonation. But
It's gonna be awesome, baby!
with a capital A! Well, you put me on the spot.
Yes, but
Sorry.
anyway, the odd team out will have to play in the play-in tournament. They will have to start with Elk Lake, and then there could be a second-round showdown with Stephen Miller and Lackawanna Trail looming.
Stephen Miller, he's awesome.
Yes, and the grand prize probably will be the
A new car!
No, the fourth seed out of Lackawanna District Division 2 or Division AA. That could get you a matchup with either Myers or GAR, two of the best in the Wyoming Valley Conference.
Yeah.
We'll get into that more next week. You know what? I can just keep going here, right? I don't need a recess.
We're on no schedule.
You got a great editor for this and a great producer who knows how to put in breaks.
Yes, we do. We're gonna move on. We're
Ken
gonna
Cashman.
Razzle.
back to the grapplers. We're going.
The Grapplers!
Yes, the Lackawanna Wrestling Individual Championships are going to take place this Saturday at Scranton High School.
Yes.
First of all, Delaware Valley, Western Wayne went down to the dual state tournament over the weekend. Delaware Valley came away two out of 4, 2 and 2, seventh place out of the state. Western Wayne they went 0 and 2 down there, but we're still proud of them either way. Now it's all the individual. Now this is where it really gets no more team. It's individual now. Looking it forward, Delaware Valley has 5 outstanding wrestlers that are going to be featured here this weekend. You got Martin Stank, a junior, 34 wins on the season. You have Mark Wagner, 33 wins, a senior. Then we have a nice little brother combination, Jalen Palmer. He has 33 wins. He's a sophomore. And you have a senior, CJ Palmer, has 144 career wins. That's a very,
Wow.
144, you say?
yeah, that's a high total District 2. I think Dave Morgan had 144 in his career. That was the most in District 2, and then that was broken, I think, the next year. So 150 is probably the best in the district's ever seen in wrestling. Now, that's Delaware Valley. That's 5 good wrestlers. There's some other good ones here that I got to feature. Lackawanna Trail has a couple ones. Eric Latos was a state champion in 2010. Yes, he was. And he's 20. He has 25 wins this season. 20 coming by a pinfall.
So he's going for back to. Or
He's
going for another one for second.
He's going for third straight Lackawanna League. He didn't win the state last year. This was 2 years ago when he was a sophomore.
Which state? Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah, at the state tournament. Cal Darling, a senior from Lackawanna Trails, 29 wins on the season. That's a pretty good number. And the hometown boys, we got to talk Scranton, West Scranton.
Woo!
Mark Granhan.
West Side.
For Scranton, has 32 wins on the season as a senior, and he's closing in on 100. He has 94.
Boosh.
So if he has a nice postseason, he's going to get to his 100 wins. And for West Scranton, I posted it on the site over the weekend. Tom Hendry, he picked up his 100th career win over the weekend. That was a big ceremony beforehand for their 500 wins. A lot of the former wrestlers came back. And
my favorite part was when Texas's Shawn Michaels came down and called out Connecticut's Triple H and called him out and called him a sellout. And, you know, that was my favorite part anyway.
Yeah, they're supposed to be great friends, too.
Yeah.
And that was something that you would think they'd have that discussion in private.
A lot of politics in wrestling world. A lot of
really
politics going on.
And you got me off track here. What the heck?
Sorry.
I think you're right.
One more wrestler I got a feature from Wallenpaupack, Pat Ingoli.
Ingoli.
He also just recently picked up his 100th win. He was a good football player. He was a good fullback. I don't know.
You don't know how to transition to the end here?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gang.
I think the gavel was banged and an audition for Casey and the Sunshine Band happened at the same time here.
The only notable sports news in the entire world right now, Linsanity. Have you heard about this phenomenon?
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin, really? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him.
If I told you that, if I had mentioned that name 2 weeks ago, that would have meant nothing to you.
No.
And now?
I would have had to look him up.
Now you wouldn't have names like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre that just happened.
Yeah.
Linsane in the membrane.
He's Linsane, he's Lincredible, he's Linsational, he's all these things. He's
all he does
rookie.
Is Lin.
All he does is Lin.
If you're not watching, the New York Knicks found a guy that was sleeping in the back of a truck somewhere that nobody wanted, and he's winning.
Yeah, the guy's sleeping on his brother's
winning.
couch. He's a rookie. Nobody wanted him. He did pretty well in the D League, the NBA Development League. He got cut off 2 teams, Houston and Golden State this year. And hey,
he took advantage of an opportunity.
And he's
Carmelo's
bringing people
injured.
back to basketball, much like the way McGuire and Sosa brought people back to baseball.
I couldn't understand if that was a Knicks home game last night or a Raptors home
Yeah.
game.
Really?
Yeah. When he hits that 3 with .5 left for the win, and you're right. All you see is arms behind the basket.
You see that 7 seconds left, and he just tells everyone, and they just back up, and even the defense was like, all right, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And after the game, they're like, I felt bad. We didn't even celebrate. We were all just kind of like, oh.
Yeah. Most points to the start of an NBA career ever. He beat out guys like Shaq and Allen Iverson.
Was there. He has 136 points in the first 5 games. He might not ever score again, but right now in New York, they're saying, Melo who? We don't need no ball hogs.
Actually, something I predicted, but it's not actually on the
Nobody likes
site.
to know it all.
Something I
Nobody
predicted
likes to
was I predicted 2 weeks ago he would outscore Kobe and beat the Lakers.
Yeah?
But that'll be in a hidden.
I predicted 3 weeks ago that the Knicks would have a hidden star step up and bring basketball back to the light, but I didn't document it.
Yeah, neither did I. Same thing.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat here.
So what is
I think we're both doing the same bit. You just didn't think I was doing the joke.
Yeah,
there.
but I was making fun of your bit. By saying
You were trying to overbit my bit.
Yeah.
That's okay. It happens.
I
Now we're all confused, just like everybody who is trying to guard Jeremy Lin. What do you think, Muggs? Is this sustainable? Can he? Well, obviously, he can't average 27 points.
How does he
10
build
assists.
off this, Muggs? You're the expert.
What happens when Carmelo comes back, Muggs?
I think they got to find a way to coexist, the three of them.
How do they do that, technically?
Technically,
Like if you were,
Ego step down.
if you were Mike D'Antoni, however he pronounces his name, the coach of the Knicks, what would you do?
well,
Why would you do it?
I don't know. I would say if I was Lin, I know I'm not going to score. When those guys come back, I know I'm not going to be the guy who's going to go out there and hit the game-winning shot. If I could contribute maybe half of what I'm producing now, which is maybe 10 points, 15 points a game, that's big for this team. Because right now, this is an offensive-minded team, the New York Knicks.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the fact that they won, what was it, 90-87? That's far below their standards.
He's if he can keep his points in the teens, maybe get a couple more assists because he'll have, now that Stoudemire and Melo, a couple more pretty solid players, two all-stars there to pass the ball to. Maybe he's got to minimize his turnovers, I think, and I don't know. We'll see how they mesh, but they're not going to go undefeated for the rest of the season.
No,
he's not going to average 27 and 9
the one thing that I'm looking at is that the Knicks, the games that the Knicks have played, okay, they beat the Lakers, but who else have they beaten this year?
It's a good point. I was just thinking it's going to be fun to see when he's going to play against LeBron or when he's going to play against the Celtics. You know
I
what
don't think
mean?
that'll be too fun if you're a Lin fan.
You know what though? It brings up the Knicks in a conversation that hasn't been there since Ewing.
It's a lot like when the Celtics are good in basketball. When the Knicks are good in basketball, it makes the game more enjoyable.
I mean,
Yes.
you can make the argument
because there's no greater sports town in America than New York. You said it right.
and that's another thing.
No, there's not a better basketball town.
You said
Lin is a product of the environment. If he was doing this well in Houston, like Yao Ming, how much would we talk about this?
No.
Probably a quarter of the time.
The same thing with Blake Griffin with the Clippers. If he's a product of being in a nice sports market.
Right.
And of course, New
I
York.
think Blake Griffin will be found anywhere. The fact that he can jump over the basket kind of helps.
Yeah, over a car.
He's sick.
Yeah, he's fun. And that's another topic is we'll get away from Lin real quick. Who are the other teams that you think are the elitists of the NBA this year? It's not traditionally teams that it has been. It hasn't so far been the Lakers or the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm seeing the Sixers are on top in their division.
See, also what I was going to bring, that's my team, the Sixers. Sixers are
We recently
looking
sent
good.
Tim on location to a Sixers game. He was denied interviewed with our press passes.
I went to the Sixers and Heat last week. It wasn't pretty if you were a Sixers fan. But the Heat look virtually unbeatable right now. LeBron looks unguardable, and they are scary for any team in the NBA. That's a tough matchup. Do you disagree? And this is coming from a guy who is not a Heat fan.
We'll see.
The only time I like the Heat is when it's winter, and I hate snow.
I like that.
We all hate snow. There is no snow out there right now.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, the Heat look unbeatable. What do you like in the West?
I don't know.
Well, there's a couple of fun teams to watch, right?
Yeah, the Clippers and the Lakers. You never know what kind of game you're going to get from the Lakers from night to night.
Clippers are exciting.
Oklahoma City has the best record in the
Yes,
West.
they do.
Right
I forget. Yeah, Kevin Durant. Yeah, they kind of
the Durantula.
fallen under the radar here.
Yeah,
Durantula.
Yeah. Well, maybe because they're in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma.
Boomer Sooner.
That's where the wind
Sooner.
blows.
And that's JR.
Yeah.
JR's from.
Yeah, I think it's it.
James Ross.
Good old
So,
JR.
It always comes back to the WWE when you're watching MattyVision.
Quick question: who's going to win the Elimination Chamber match Sunday?
There's no doubt.
Punk.
The greatest in the world at what he
Jericho.
does, Chris Jericho. taking back what is rightfully his. Nobody noticed that CM Punk stole Chris Jericho's whole routine. Now, CM Punk, while he's cool and all that, and he never compromised,
He's hip.
calling himself the greatest in the world, everybody and their mama knows it's Chris Jericho. Bam Bam, what?
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
What?
That wasn't Bam Bam. Who
What?
was that?
That was a little Jimmy
That was
talking.
little Jimmy saying
I
that.
heard little Jimmy talk. You hear little Jimmy? Because I heard little Jimmy.
Wow.
Little Jimmy. I wonder who little Jimmy thinks is going to win the NBA
What?
Finals this year.
What?
What?
That's telling me that I think, Muggs, who's going to win?
I don't know.
I really-
I only watched the part of Raw the other night with the debate when the King had all 6 of them.
When R-Truth thought he was
Hey!
on a presidential debate on CNN.
Hey!
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
I think Punk's gonna win. I like Jericho to win, or the Miz. I love for the Miz to be relevant.
The Miz is the most must-see
Do you
champion
want to
in
know
WWE
why
history.
I like the Miz?
He's the most must-see champion in WWE history.
And because he's awesome
He is
as
awesome.
well.
He is awesome. And on that
I'm getting
note,
booed right here.
this
Yeah.
has been another episode of the Sports Report. I'd like to personally thank Dr. Dugan and Muggsy, who's actually denting the counter here.
It is. Yeah. He has very good intentions
Yeah,
here.
it looks like a
Can we get a
football,
shot of
too,
that
doesn't
real
it?
quick?
I don't think you can get it.
Oh,
but if you
no,
can
it's
right
right
here, you can see this football-shaped stamp here going on here from it. Okay.
All right, they got it.
And listen, ESPN, he's going to cost a lot of money to get him from us. He's ours, baby! Gotta love the Mugs. Thank you for tuning in. Coming up next week, I think we're going to have Tommy Lasorda. I think I lined it up.
It's not confirmed yet.
No, it's not, but I think we can get him.
It's looking good.
I think we can.
Tommy
get him.
Lasorda's looking good.
Hey, he's looking very good. You're watching MattyVision.com. We dream big. Boosh!